Hi guys, it's Birb here and welcome to today's exclusive video report. What is defined as the range movement, as the trading range, range bound, sideways, whatever you name that, is that it has pretty well defined floor and ceiling, pretty well defined base, support, and resistance, and the market keeps almost randomly, at least way more randomly than in a trend, moving and swinging back and forth. So if you see potentially bullish patterns like, here, just for an instance, like an ascending triangle pops up, right? It is kind of like very much vulnerable in a way. It's very easy to fake it. It's very easy to kind of like fade it because the market is moving in sideways. The market is moving horizontally. It's lacking the momentum. It's lacking the steam. It's lacking the power. Okay, the engines are sort of like turned off. And this is what's happening right now here. So this is the reason why I said in the written report that I got for you guys out. This is why I wrote that it has, as long as it trades within the well-defined boundaries, it may equally well test the range lows or test the range highs or swing back and forth in a pretty much random movement, same way that it was doing in the past couple of days. Because name it what you want, but what we are doing here is seeing the range, right? The range local rectangle defined between the local high and the local low, which adds uncertainty and indecision to the market tendencies for now. And this range is put inside a larger range, right? And this range is also put inside even larger range that is happening between $69,000 and, well, down there to 30 to around 30,000, right? Because all the 2021 apparently was one big sideways movement, right? With several fake outs, either here on the bottom or here on top, right? And the fake outs are usually indicative of short-term reversals. So this is why it is so important to have strong consecutive and consequent candle closes through specific level or price zone, to be more exact. It's never about a single one level. It's more about the price zone and cluster of supports and resistances. So it is very important to give a strong candle close through. So the conclusion is that as long as it keeps trading, it's not enough to even close just at the resistance of 48.8, just like I said. It needs a proper strong close through the volatility bands to show off abnormal volatility and the overall direction, tendency for the direction, right? Until we see that, we keep swinging back and forth, most likely between the more conservative range, right, which is set between the internal kind of like band, boundaries here, which is this higher edge of the low band and lower edge of the high band, right? So we have the zone between 45.5 and $49,000 here, right? That is having the highest probability, the highest chances for us to see Bitcoin swinging back and forth until it reaches for the extremes, either here or here. And when it reaches for the extremes, based on the technical analysis, the extreme abnormal volatility is what defines a potentially good and viable signals for entries or exits, right? So most of the time, I would expect Bitcoin to trade between 45.5, right? Unless you see Bitcoin move outside this zone into more extreme area, which is basically here and here. And there are high chances that if you eventually see this breakout outside this main range in here, then this can be an early symptom of a breakout in the following direction, right? So long story short, if you see a close through this conservative band, the internal band here, or close through here, it can be indicative for the potential breakout to follow, right? Because you would be just one step ahead, one step away from getting a proper breakout conditions. So even if we go to lower time frames, to hourly time frame, it's of course naturally lacking the direction even more. You can tell how completely, completely sideways it goes. I mean, it doesn't even make much, much sense to even comment on that, because it is purely sideways, right? Just like I said, here lows taken, here highs taken, right? Another time highs taken, close, faded. Here, initial case was also faded and closed above with this kind of sort of like a local breaker. So, and this breakthrough, just like you said, just like you saw in here, this breakthrough, given the abnormal volatility to the downside, was what triggered the feather kind of like decline down to 45, 46. So this is why a proper breakout, not really a touched resistance with faded move, is needed and necessary for relevant market action signal. If we were to turn on the most important levels automatically displayed by the B Pro, adjusted to the current time frame and the market directions, it is going to give you the supports basically at 45,655, locally at 46,531, okay, with local resistances 47,732, 48,971, 50,680, 51,70, 79,8. Okay, so these levels can be considered supports and resistances for many reasons. They align with other. They just do the job for you. You press to display them, and just does calculate it for you effortlessly. And yeah, tagging for breaking through a support may indicate next level tag. Breaking through the support may tag continue to see lower thrust. Hope you enjoyed.